Hello guys, welcome back. I'm Mike and aka Decimal Punked, and this is Unity. The version is 2022.3.26F1. This is my 2D platformer university project. Did quite a bit of work on the last Unity stream. The most recent stream, I did a 4-hour stream in the Unreal Engine 5.2.1. Setting up the UI, like narrative, main menu, and whatnot. But I just wanted to do a short stream. Hoping this won't be longer than an hour because I've got to be up early. But this is going to be adding in a game controller because at the moment we have our life. It's not linked. It is linked to the player. The player has, as you can see, the bottom left here, 2 floats, health and max health. But what I need to do, because I had an issue, basically today I was already playing around with the code for a health potion. So essentially what I need to do is I need to make the health a global kind of health, so it's kind of handled by a game controller. I'm still going to keep the score and timer unique to the player. I mean, to be fair, the timer is actually in the HUD. Yeah, the timer is in the HUD. Why have I got 2 strings there? I don't remember adding those. So yeah, the timer's basically in the HUD, so that's just drawing it to the thing. Anyway, let's jump into it, guys. So first off, what we need to do, I've taken some screenshots of the other code that I made earlier today, guys. So essentially, what we're going to do is first off, we're going to make a game controller. So I'm going to create an empty. I'm just going to call this game controller. Okay, so this is going to be the game object that will essentially hold the. It will hold the health. So it will hold the scripting. So just bear with me 1 second. I'm just trying to look at what I've done with the code earlier. Okay. Right, so first off we're going to make the health applicable for the scene. There's only going to be 1 level in the game. Okay, so actually, hold on. Do I need to add a script graph to that? Yes, I do. Right, sorry. I'm just following my notes I did earlier. So we made a game controller, empty object. We're going to add a script machine. And we're going to click that. We're going to go new. And we're going to put it in the visual scripts. And this is going to be called game controller. Okay, and then on start, we're going to find game object with tag, and the tag is going to be game controller. Okay, so I'm just going to I feel like it should be a scene variable. We'll put it in there. I can always change it. It's going to be a game object. And we're going to... Oh yeah, it won't let us do that. That's fine. and we need to give this the tag of game controller. Okay, job done. Find the game controller. Right, so the health needs to be a scene float. So essentially everything in this level can access that variable. Okay, so we go down. Why am I not seeing? Oh, there we go. Okay, so we're going to call this health. We're going to call it global health. So we know it's kind of... I mean, I could call it player health, but I'd rather call it global health because it's accessible across the levels. So I just want to call it global health. And that'll be a float. A value of 1. And then we're going to have one called global max health. And this is also going to be a float, and that's going to be a value of 1. Okay? That's one job done. So, bear with me, guys. So we've got that set up. If I just test that, that should function. Okay. Oh, hey, Phil. Welcome to the stream. How did I get it working? Ah, dude, I'm a clever little bunny. What I did, you see here, the bottom right, we have this portrait frame cover. Essentially, that is on top of the portrait. So it kind of, where I shrunk the character picture to fit the portrait circle, that circular overlay kind of covers her arm. And then if you go on the portrait, there's actually this option, and it's called image type. So you choose filled. I'm just going to temporarily show you so you can see here. Can you see that as I'm moving that? It adjusts. It basically kind of, it's kind of like cropping. Think of it as cropping. That's essentially what it's kind of doing. So that's how I did it. So I was really happy I got that sorted. I think it looks awesome. So yeah, what am I doing now? I'm just sorting out the health because I got a health potion pickup working earlier, but the way I currently have my health is it's kind of all handled on the player, so I can't really call that health from another script. It's a little bit tricky, so I've decided to kind of make the health like a global kind of a scene boolean, not boolean, a scene float. So we have global health and global max health. The global health, it is the player's health. I've just called it that. So in my head, you know, it's accessible, it's global. That's why I chose to call it that. So what we're doing, we're basically amending what I've already put in. So just bear with me 1 second, dude, because I'm just going through the notes I made earlier today. So what we need to do is, next up, okay. So now that I've got the global boolean set up, we go on our player, because if I show you the health bar, this is all it does. It just updates that. I don't think I have anything else actually from my notes where I changed that. So that purpose, it basically just, it's a custom event called update health bar, and we call that in the player's code. So I mean, technically I could copy that code and put it in the game controller, but the reason why I've kind of got it in here is because it's related to the colliders. Yeah, so the colliders of the player handle that. Like, the game controller's not going to have the colliders. Like, the game controller is just for holding information. I need to read up a little bit more on it because I've got some stuff from uni, some handouts to read and watch. But at the moment, this, I think, is the right way to do it, because the player has the collider, and then this is what happens when the player collides with things that hurt the player. So as you can see, I have these variables where I've got health, and over here max health. I basically just need to swap these out and replace them with the global variable that I've just made. So we're going to go through that. So on this one, you see where we've got health. I just need to drag out the global health and put that there. And if we just check, global health and global max health are both 1. If I go up to the object, which is the player, you'll see the max health and health are also a value of 1. So where we've got the global health, we're going to plug that into there and delete out the health one. Okay. Hope this is all making sense. Right, so trap. Right, set the variable of global health. So you can see here, we're just going to nick that pin, put that in there, put that in there, and that goes in there, and this goes bye-bye. Okay. Okay, so that is the spike trap updated with the global health. If I just zoom out here, next I'm going to do this one. So this is for updating the health bar. So we're going to get the health, get the global max health, and you can see where the original health and max health are plugged in. So we're just going to replicate that. We're going to plug that in there and plug that in there, and then delete those 2 redundant variables, and just straighten that up. There we go. And here we've got the health bar. I don't need to do that. That's the game object, which is somewhere. I think it's on the graph. Or it's related to the player. Yeah, there it is. Look, health bar, game object. Okay, so going back there. So that is set up there. So now if I go to this top section here, this is with the enemy slime. So there we go. We've got a health there. So again, replace that with the global health. So global health. We plug that into the A and get rid of that one. And then we set the health, so get the global health and set. And we take the pin from that, plug that in there. And then we will just do the true to that and that to that. Delete the health. Okay. So we've got global health, subtract that from global health. Go over here. There's nothing else happening there health wise. Save the project. Right, now there's 2 other areas I need to update, guys. So one was down here. So this was if the player's health is 0. So we need to get the global health. And we need to plug that in there and delete that one. There's also something else we need to do where we need to clamp the values. I will show you that in a second. Okay, so that's the when the player's health is 0, and then this one was just if the player's hit. I think that's it for the health. So if I now go onto the object of the character, I can remove max health and I can remove health because the global variables are now handling that. So you're not really going to notice a difference. It's still going to function. It's just I don't know why the slime does that. Like the trigger flips the animation. I don't know why. Strange. Okay. Right, so let me just check my code. Right, so that bit there, the health. Right, okay, so I'm not too sure because I've got it so the slime will only flip transition once it hits those triggers. So it's almost like the trigger event with the player overrides. If it's all in my head, it's kind of like if the player hits the trigger of the slime when the slime is meant to be in the trigger box and something else happening, it's almost like there's a bit of a conflict. I bet that's what it is, because if I was to stand still and just watch the slime moving back and forth, I'm pretty sure his sprite won't glitch like that. I'm certain of it. Right, so what I need to do, guys, I need to now add in a clamp. Now, what the clamp's going to do, it's basically in events where, say that our player's health is 50%, and I've got the spike trap to insta-kill. Now, the reason why I've got it to deal 1 damage is so it basically kills the player because the player has 1 damage. 1 health, the float variable value, right? So, if the player is 50 health, or 50% health, and then they got 1 whole thing deducted from the float, they're going to go negative 0.5. Whereas we don't want that. So what we need to do, we need to clamp it, and it's not that bad. You could probably get away with that for the death sequence, but it's particularly important for the health potion pickup. The health potion I'm putting in the game will restore the player's health to potentially 100%, just for the time being. And what you don't want happening is if the player's at 90% health and they pick up a potion, their float's basically going to go to 1.9, so they'd have like 190% health. So what you have to do is you have to clamp that value to say, don't go above that. This is the minimum, this is the maximum. Okay, so that's what we're going to do now. We've got this all set up. So basically, the clamp goes in between the setting the variable and after, so it goes before the variable set and after the maths. So it just wedges in the middle there. Okay, and it's not like Unreal where the clamp is like a mini node that doesn't have the green arrows going into it. The Unity's clamping has to have the green arrows, which is, I don't know, I find it a little bit annoying. So we're going to drag off of the true, and we're going to get clamp, and it's just gonna, we'll go for the top one. So we basically, you see what I did there, guys? Just do that again. So we drag off here and we get the clamp. So it's the top one. We plug in the subtract, the outcome of the maths into the value. And then we just set minimum 0, maximum 1. No, I'd rather not 4 because it messes with the... Oh, sorry, I'll go call you Mike because I know you said your name was Mike the other day. No, I'm not going to do that because it's essentially overhealing the character and then it will mess up the damage dealing elements of the game. I don't want that. It's either 0 health or max health. Like, there is no middle level. Like, there's no negative or above the maximum health. So, right. So we've plugged in the maths. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to remove this node here. Okay, because we don't want it going into that. We basically drag the outcome of the clamp to that. So what I need to do, I just need to extend this now to make space for that extra element. Okay. That goes there. Okay, so the spike trap has its clamp. So when the player enters the trap, we will subtract 1 and we won't let it go below 0. Okay? And then the death sequence. I don't know why I've got less or 0, but yeah, it's fine. So that is that one done. So global health, that's clamped. I can get rid of that one. Okay, next up, we need to add another clamp, and this is going to be by the slime. I'm half tempted to add this here, you know. I know it's on the green. I've given the update health bar a green box because green for health. But the spike is inflicting damage, so I might make that like... I'm going to make that a red colour. I think that fits nicely. So it's like... Yeah, it's not good for the player. Okay. So, up here... we need to add a clamp just after here. So we're going to need to extend this. It's going to get big, guys. It's going to get big. Alright, so... yeah, get the global health subtract. So the clamp needs to go there. So if I select these ones and just shift that across, and we're going to drag off of here, clamp, top one, we plug that into there, that into there, set that, and that goes in there, and I'm just going to bring that back. Okay, so with the spike slime, so after the maths for dealing the damage, we clamp it, and then it plugs into setting the variable of the health. And we can just check here, there's nothing else that requires the clamping. Okay, we will save. I'm half tempted to give that a red as well, you know. we go. Nice and clear. Spike trap, enemy slime. So, if I just look at my notes I did for earlier. So the clamp is in the right place. Okay, that one can go. And then, okay. Right, so I now need to set up the potion. How am I doing on time? 26 minutes. Where does the time go, dude? Honestly, where does the time go when you're coding? Madness. Absolute madness. Right, save the game. Oh, hold on. I have got a clamp. Interesting. Why have I got a clamp there? I've added a clamp there. Okay. Better safe than sorry, I guess. Just to be on the safe side. Okay, so on start, that plugs into there. That plugs into there. The output of that goes into there. So if I just shift this down and let's move that there, that there. I'm going to move that there and move that there. And then if we get this section here, this is the problem with Unity. You can't make the code look nice and tidy because it's just a bit rubbish like that. It's really annoying compared to Unreal. I know I keep comparing the two, but Unreal's definitely the tidier visual scripting out of the two. Okay, so we have clamped the value just to be on the safe side. I know we've clamped all the other areas, but it's just the right thing to do as a precaution. So we clamp it 0, 1. That is all done, guys. So I can save. Now what we need to do, we need to add in the health potion. So I'm going to make an empty, and I'm going to call this health, not potion, health potion. Okay. We are going to add a sprite, square sprite, and we're going to just relabel this as sprite. Okay, now I've made a note of our game control. We've done the game controller. Replace max health, we've done that. Okay, so what we're looking for a small vial. So what I do is I go into my project assets, where was it? Potions. And then we go for the sprite, and it's the small vial, and it's the red one. So we've got the sprite here. So I can literally just select the sprite. I click on the game object sprite, and whilst you've done that, just click on the image and drag it up there. Bob's your uncle. There's one thing I need to do. Um, right. So you see that little blue square snaps to grid. So I also need to sort the layer. I'm just going to put 16. Okay, we could do 2. Okay, we'll just do it as 2, so it's above the background. Okay, so you'll notice, as I say, guys, the blue square is center to the grid. So we need to arrange the offset of the sprite, and to do that, all you do is on the position, you just do 0.5, 0.5. And then if I click on that, you see that? It's perfectly in the box. So if I move that, it's snapping to the grid. For some reason, my Unreal's not showing... Bloody hell, I'm calling it Unreal. When I move, like, I lose the grid. It's really, really quite annoying. Because I want to see the grid, but it's just been a bit of a bugger for some reason. Anyway, that is aligned. It is snap to grid. Okay, now what we need to do is we need to assign the animator. So we're going to add animator, and this already has the animation. So we're looking for the small vial. So we click on the, I'll add it onto the sprite, and we just drag that up there, and then we'll have an animated vial. Look at that, guys. How cool does that look? That is a cool looking potion, is it not? How cool is that potion? Now, what I was thinking of doing was having like a little wooden table or something where you can put the vial on, so it looks like the kind of place where you would find a potion. So I love that animation. There is absolutely tons of potions in this pack. I love pixel art. Like, look, we've got all sorts, all different colours. Like, I just thought these were a bit... They just look like they don't fit the scene. Like a yellow tip on the jar and the blue, it just doesn't fit. Whereas this... I think it's because it's got a brown cork top. It kind of fits with the environment, you know. I saw that one and I was like, that is the one. So that is the game object sorted for the health potion. Okay, now what we need to do, we need to add a collider to... Now we're not going to add the collider to the sprites. We're going to add it to the overall health potion game object. Okay, and the reason we're adding the collider is because when the player hits it, that's when we need to do the code for it. So making it disappear, making it heal the player. Okay, so just again, the sprite has the picture with the animation. We're now going on the health potion. We're going to add component, and this is going to be collider, box collider 2D, and we're going to make it a trigger. If I tick that off, you'll walk into it and you won't be able to move. If I tick it on, you can pass through it. Okay, so we need to set the offset. Can you see that little blue-green square? That's the collider box. So we need to first set the offset to 0.5, 0.5. Now it's on top of that, and you can see that. You see that? It's perfectly to the grid. But what I want to do, I want to adjust it just so it's a bit more tighter around the bottle. Okay, so to do that, on the scale... yeah, it's going to be. It's going to be the top layer, dude. I'm going to have the player character can walk over it, but the moment the player touches it, it will disappear, providing they've lost health. If they haven't lost health, it will remain. But I'm going to do something clever with the layers. A little bit of inspiration from Sonic the Hedgehog 1 on the Sega Mega Drive. The way they use the environment layers to conceal hidden areas with pickups. I've got a design for my level, which is also... It's also a bit of a homage to Abe's Odyssey on the PlayStation 1. Because in Abe's Odyssey, it was either in the very first scene or the next scene, like when you move off screen and it loads the next bit, it's literally at the very beginning of the game there's a hidden secret, and I quite like that. So I thought, yeah, I know there's a size property. Yeah, so we're going to get the X and just shrink it, okay? I'm going to zoom in, just make sure that it's nice and tight. So we're just going to fine tune that, so that looks good to me. I'm not going to bother with the... Oh, I could do the top. Go on then. You twisted my arm, guys. You twisted my arm. If I do... So 0.99, 0.98 is perfect. Okay, so that collider is now perfect with the shape of the bottle. Okay. So we have the sprite, we have the animator, we have the collider. We now need to add a script graph for the vial. And the reason we're doing that is because if the player overlaps with the bottle, we want to destroy that bottle. We wouldn't want to handle that anywhere else. It needs to be in the script for the health potion. Okay? So we're going to add script machine. And it's going to be graph. And I think if I save it, I can actually use it in other games. If I chose embed, I think it stays just within this engine. But if I do new, I can actually save it as a script. So I'm going to call it health potion. Okay. And then if we go into the graph, we've got this. But we don't want that. I'm going to save the game. Always good to save, guys. What are we doing? So we need to do two things. We need to add heal event on player character. So the event the player walks over it, they will heal. And then I'm going to handle the destruction of the vial in the vial graph. But it will only do that if the player's health is less than so and so. Okay. Technically, actually, no, I don't need to do this in... No, I do actually, sorry, because the health bar is being handled... The health bar side of things being handled in there, the updating of it. I mean, to be fair, I could actually... Yeah, I could do that, actually. It would make sense to do the health potion handling in the game controller. Because at the moment, the reason I have the enemy slime and the spike trap in this one is because they're dealing damage and it's based on the player's collider. Like, I could put the code into the trap itself, but I'd rather just... I don't know. I had it like this on another game I made. So... update the health bar. So... on start... 1 second. Bear with me. So at the very start of the game, we get the health and we update it. These little rows of code, this handles the collision with the slime, does the knockback, plays the hit sound, and it also plays the red flash on the player. So I could just literally copy, update the health bar, do the code for the potion. So let's go into the game controller and right, the health potion, I'm going to give it a tag and I'm going to call it health potion. We go on the health potion, we assign the tag health potion. Okay, now the way I handle my collisions is quite easy. We go Oh, actually, maybe it doesn't make sense to do it in the game controller, because it's the players box collider player. Yeah, let's just do it in here. No, actually, sorry, I'm getting really... What am I doing? Right, script. We're going to call this health potion pickup. When the player collides with potion, if health less than 1, destroy and heal player max full health, destroy potion. Done. We can handle all of the we can handle the updating of the health bar and the destruction of the vault in this one graph. We don't need to do it on the player. I think if I just keep the player's health bar updates set to the player, I mean, technically this, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to take this, because these are global scenes. Health bar. So global health object. 1 second, guys. Health. No, I can do this. I can do this in the controller. Bear with me. Yeah, it's mad, dude. It is absolutely mad. I just can't get over how fast time flies. I guess time flies when you're having fun. Alright, Mike. Take care, dude. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you've enjoyed the stream. Right, so I'm going to move across to the game controller. And we're going to put that in there. And then I'm going to make it a scene variable. I'm going to call it health bar. Make it a game object. drag the health bar to there, get rid of that, get that, plug that in there. Job done. That updates the health bar. So let's just, there we go. And then if we go to global health, yeah, scene, health bar, update the health bar. That's perfect. And then what I should be able to do is if I go back to the player, if I delete these, I can, oh, hold on. Oh. Now that should work. Let's test it. Why is that not working? Hmm. I'm going to put that back. Should work. Okay. Right. So that's there. So if I go back to the game controller, um, basically, right. What we need to think of, I need to look into this game controller, okay? But what we're doing at the moment, we have replaced the variable of the health that was just tied to the player. We've made the health a scene variable, so it's just for this level. And then it means everything can have access to it to affect it. So, in the player graph, we're establishing the health. And then, what I might do, just going to put that there. There we go. Okay, save. Now we're going to go back to the health potion, and in here we're going to handle the collision. So what we're going to do, we're going to copy I'll just double check Box Collider 2D. And it's not going to be that actually. Right, so on collision, we're going to check if it has the tag player. Okay. So when the potion collides, we're going to check the collider, get the game tag, and if it's the player, we're going to have a couple of conditions here. So I'm going to say, I'm just going to write this down in Notepad. So, right, so we need to say there's going to be two booleans, okay? So it's going to be two bool check. The first is player tag, and the second is global health less than 1. If true, we're going to add 1 to global health clamp set. So get health, add 1, clamp set, and then we're going to destroy self. Okay? So let's get an and then we're going to get global health. And less than, is the global health less than 1? If that's true, so this is where we get a branch. That's the if true, okay? I'm going to move that there. So, providing it is the player and their health is less than 1, we're going to we're going to get the health. We're going to add scalar. We're going to add 1. And then we're going to set the global health. So that plugs into that. Okay. So that's the healing side of the potion. Now, what we need to do is we need to destroy self. Game object destroy. And it's that simple. We're going to destroy the potion. Okay? Fairly straightforward, guys. So on collision, on the potion's collision with the player, we check if it's the player with that tag player, and we get their health. If it's less than 1 and it is the player, then we get the health, we add 1 to the health, and then we destroy the potion. So let's save and test. That should work first go, guys. So if I run over that before touching the slime, it shouldn't disappear. Oh, I forgot to clamp. I forgot to clamp. Clamp. Oopsilon. Okay. Get the health. We add 1. We clamp it at 1 so it can't overheal. Now it will work. And we can watch this in action, guys. Right, so my health is now down. Oh! Interesting. Why didn't you heal me? Why did you not heal me? Interesting. Oh, I know why. I didn't update the health bar. Numpty. I didn't update the health bar, Mike. silly sausage. What a numpty. Let's try that again, shall we? There we go. I missed the vital step. Now it should work. Alright, so we're touching it. It's not disappearing. Hey, full health. But hold on. Did that glitch? Right, we've taken one damage. We heal. I don't know what happened there. If I jump in there, I'm dead. I get the potion. Full health. So why is it? That worked, because when I go over to the pit, it deals 100% damage. So watch. I go to the pit. I'm dead. 0 health. I touch the health potion, full health. I hit the slime, it does 1 damage. Yeah? Does 5%. However, if I now go to slime, take 1 hit, touch the potion, if I get hit again, why is it not dealing damage? I wonder if that needs to plug in. I'm just going to test that. I don't know if it will work. I don't think that needed to be done, but I'm just going to check. Take 1 damage. Get the potion. We're healed. That does not make sense. How strange. I've just seen why. That's why. So the input is plugged into the output. That should go into there. You numpty. Well, that's a bug fix. Right, now that should work. That goes into there, then the output of that goes into there. That should work now. Let's test it now, guys. I'm a genius. I'm a genius. I love fixing stuff. So rewarding, guys. We'll just test that again. We get hit, we're on 5%, we heal to full health, and then boom. And that is it. So I could technically make this, hold on. Quite simple code when you break it down. I'll just go through the process. When the potion collides, we need to check if it's the player and if their health is less than 1. If that's true, that's what's happening here. The AND boolean is getting those two conditions. Providing both conditions are met, then we add 1 to the health. So we fully restore health and we clamp it so they can't be overhealed. And we set the health, and then at the same time we update the health bar. And then the final step is destroying the instance of the potion. Nice and straightforward. So I'm going to do a comment, and we're going to call this, we'll make it green because it's healing. So we're going to call this healing the player. If the player collides and health is below maximum, heals to full health, restricting, preventing overhealing, destroys potion. Pick up. And that's it. Okay, healing the player. So now I'll just have to see that in action one more time, guys. It's so rewarding just getting something working. So we touch the slime, we get hit, we heal to full, we get hit again, it's working. And it's that simple. That is a health pickup. Really easy code. Really, really fun. Let's make that a prefab. It's a pickup. And it's going to be a health potion. Ta-da! And then we can move. We'll make a subfolder. So I'm going to create empty. And we're going to call this health potion. And then we will move that in there. So I like to have the project organized. So as you can see, we have the pickups. Okay. Now, I don't need to... Hold on. Yeah. I don't need to do anything with setting position because I'm not having the health potion float like the coins do. I'm not adding that gentle movement, so it will basically just go wherever I place it in the scene. But I'm really happy with that. Really happy. So again, if I just click that, we can see like, you know, I can move that wherever I want. It snaps to grid perfectly. Really, really easy to do, guys. And just one last time to see that in action. We will take a few hits from the slime. Heal to full health. Oh. Let's do that again. Just for the outro. Okay, we heal up. Boom. Really happy with that, guys. That was straightforward. I'm surprised how long that took. But we got there. It's all done. That is the code for the health potion. It's that simple. One line of code. Checking the tag is the player and that they're less than max health. And if it's true, heal the player. Update the health bar. Destroy the potion. That is the steps in a nutshell. So that is a health pickup done. Next video, I might put in my moving traps. I have these spike. They're like blade traps. I wanted to have like this. I also need to get in a wall jump ability. So that's gonna be the next challenge. But I am looking forward to that. I just need to figure out how I'm going to do it. I think I know how to do it. It's because at the moment we jump based on a ray cast checking the ground. So essentially we need to kind of do a ray cast sideways. And essentially, if the player was touching, sliding off of a wall, and pressed like space, or jump, yeah, if they jumped when they're on a wall, like you would kind of like apply a jump upwards. So yeah, it's just there's obviously going to be a fair bit of maths involved in that and making sure it works right. I know I can do it. It'll be quite fun getting that in because once I've got the wall jump, I can start padding up the level a bit more. There's stuff we need to do like respawn. So if the player dies and they've hit a checkpoint, they'll be able to respawn. I was thinking of having like some kind of shrine or something with like orbs that float, maybe like particle emitters, kind of like a little health pool, like a rebirth area. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this stream. It's a short one. I hope I haven't waffled too much. I hope I've covered everything in detail. I've shown you how to set up the health and damage and healing. Well, to be fair, the damaging was already there, but we swapped out the original health variables on a player and made it global. And we've made the health potion with minimal code, like literally just that. And we've made it a prefab as well, so I can place those anywhere in the game. So, for example, if I just came here and did this, I can just kind of move two potions and we take damage. See? It's that simple. That is the health potion, guys. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to give us a follow on Twitch. You can also subscribe on YouTube. I post all of the game dev streams to my YouTube. So yeah, be sure to check that out. Thank you very much for joining me tonight, guys. I hope you found it useful, fun, just anything really. And take care, and I will see you in the next stream.